Good morning and welcome to Dartmoor, and this morning I'm going to be taking a look at my new camera bag. This is the Summit Creative Metropolis 16 litre. Yeah, it's a small bag, but I've been really surprised over the last month of using it, how useful it is and how much I can fit into it. So this video, we'll take a closer look. Welcome to this real world review of the Summit Creative Metropolis 16 litre bag. And I say real world because this is my bag, I've been using it, so I'm going to be sharing my experiences of using this bag as I've done in the real world. And just to say that I've not just been using this for landscape photography, I've been using it for other things as well, so I'll talk to you about that a bit later as well. So the things that I'll be covering in the video will be product specifications. I'll take you on a tour of the bag, tell you about the size, all that kind of stuff, how I've been using it. I'll talk to you about the things I like and also some of the things I don't like. No bag is perfect. I'm certainly not going to sit here and tell you this is the most amazing camera bag ever. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is a lot of the time I use this equipment and then the viewers, they see me using this equipment and they want to know more about it. So any bit of equipment, or most of the bits of equipment that I use that I think you'll be interested in, I will create videos. But what I won't be doing is comparing this to a whole bunch of other bags, because this is the bag that I've got. I don't have access to a whole other range of bags. So I'll only talk about this bag. It's not my job to try and convince you to buy this bag. But I know a lot of you find this information useful. So I'll talk you through the bag and let you know what I think. One more thing before we move on. I was given this bag by a company called Photo Specialist UK. They are distributors in the UK for Summit Creative bags. They also are Case Filters UK as well, and I am a Case partner. So I do have a working relationship with them, and they have given me this bag free of charge. However, I did actually request this specific bag to try out because this bag fits a need that I have. So as I said earlier, I only talk about gear that I actually use myself. They haven't paid me to make this video. They haven't asked me to say anything about this bag. So as always, any of the thoughts that I share in this video are purely my own. Okay, let's start by talking about the specifications of this bag. Certainly from an exterior point of view, I do have my notes here just so I make sure I cover everything. So this bag they do a range of bags. This is a Metropolis bag, 16 litre version. They also do a 22 and a 26 litre version. Most of the stuff that I talk about in this bag applies to all three sizes, but there will be some subtle differences, particularly around obviously size and weight. So talking of size, the bag measures 41 centimetres by 26 centimetres by 21 centimetres and weighs approximately 1.6 kilos, obviously empty. It's available in colours, black, blue, orange, and this colour here, champagne. I don't know if I fancy drinking champagne that colour. It's more of a kind of olivey green, I think it is. It's made using 420D nylon, so it should be pretty tough. I've been rubbing it along the ground and all sorts of stuff, and there's no signs of wear and tear. And it is water resistant as well. It also comes with a rain cover, so the exterior is water resistant, but you know, if you get caught in a bit more something a bit more substantial, there is a rain cover there round the back. So you've got shoulder straps here. These are all adjustable here with the buckles. So that should give you a pretty good fit along with all this. So, you know, plenty of adjustability there. There is a sternum strap, if I can find it here. As always, it's got a safety whistle. I don't want to blow that too loud in case someone actually comes to rescue me. On the side here, there's a little pocket. On the strap here, there's a little pocket here for your phone. I've got a Pixel 6 Pro. I can get that in there, no problems. And there are some loop attachments here. You can hang your camera off there as well. There is a waist strap as well. It's pretty thin, but on the bigger bags, there's a bit more protection around there, a bit more padding on the bigger bags. Oh yes, and the waist strap is actually removable. The zippers, these are all YKK zippers. These are YKK buckles as well. So there's two side pockets here. You can see in one of them at the moment, I've got my water bottle, and the other one I normally keep a tripod, and there are some straps there to tighten that up. I've walked around quite a lot with having the tripod in there, no problems at all. Additional pockets, yes, there are additional pockets. So there are two pockets around the front of the bag here. So in here at the moment, I've actually got a raincoat, so that's good for stuffing stuff in there. Stuffing stuff in there? Putting stuff there that you need easy access. And there's another one there as well. Up the top, there's a small pocket here where you can put things like keys or wallet or other bits and pieces. And there's a slightly bigger compartment here, goes at the top. But I'll talk more about that compartment in a minute when I talk about the interior. So I think that's it for the outside of the bag. Next, we'll have a look and see what we can do inside. Let's have a look at the inside of the bag. So it measures 38 by 24 by 15 centimeters. The main camera compartment is pretty standard affair, to be honest. It's got lots of these dividers. If I pull one out, that you see in a lot of camera bags these days, and you get plenty of them, so you can pretty well position those to your heart's content. The main camera compartment, certainly the manufacturer says you can get one camera with 3 lenses, or one camera and 2 lenses and a drone. For my particular setup, I can get my Nikon Z8 with my 14-30 and my 24-120 and my favourite tripod head and my DJI Osmo, which I'm filming on at the moment. This is why I like this bag, because I can fit just about everything I need to capture landscape photographs and shoot video. What else have we got? So at the top bit here, you've got a laptop sleeve, which will fit a 13-inch laptop, and there are a couple of mesh pockets there as well for keeping accessories. So I've got a couple of batteries, memory cards, some cleaning stuff, and a tool in there as well. Oh yes, up the top here. So this bit here, I will show you a close-up. This is a bit where the top pocket is. You can actually adjust this and fold that down to make that space bigger at the top of the bag for more personal accessories. You do reduce the size of the camera gear in there, but that might suit you. So if you're going for like a long hike and you're only taking a camera out, I might only take a camera and one lens, not even bother with the Osmo or a big tripod head, so I can fold that down, decreasing the size of camera gear, but increasing the size of personal items that I can take. So there's a little bit there of flexibility, making it really good for a day pack as well. The other thing, I probably should have mentioned during the external discussion, but it's just as relevant here. On the side pocket here, again, I will show you close up, there is a side access if you wish to get your camera. The thing I will note is probably, certainly because I've got my Z8 with my small rig cage on the side, it's probably a bit big. So I think that side access, I've never used side access anyway, I've always come in via the back, but yeah, I think the Z8 is probably a little bit big to get through that side access panel. And that's about it for the internal stuff really. The ICU doesn't come out, but it's well padded. I can get quite a lot of gear in there, so despite the bag being quite small, it's you can fit quite a lot in it. So let me tell you about some of the ways that I've been using this bag, because on paper 16 litres actually is really small, and it seems, oh, is that really going to be practical? But as I'll talk to you, I've been using it in a lot of interesting ways, and I found it to be extremely useful size bag. Let's talk about landscape photography first of all. This bag isn't here to replace any of my other camera bags. I say bags because, I think like most photographers, I do have more than one camera bag. But this smaller camera bag that I've got, this 16-litre bag, is perfect for days like this actually, for mornings like this, during the summer and spring months when it's a little bit warmer, so I don't need to carry as much warm clothing, jackets, raincoats, that kind of stuff. And I'm also out for shorter walks as well, so I don't need to take lots of snacks and food with me. So the amount of stuff that I need to take, sort of personal items, is much reduced during this time of month. So I don't need to take a big bag. And as I mentioned earlier, with my Nikon Z8 and 2 lenses and shooting most of my videos using this Osmo, I can fit all that equipment into my bag. And also in terms of accessories, I can get all my bits and pieces in there. I'm using grads less and less, so there's not even really a requirement for me to take filters. I take the polarizer, but that just stays attached to the lens. So for landscape photography, for those shorter day walks or the shorter trips out with a camera, it's perfect. I can put a few snacks in there, all the camera gear. I need an emergency raincoat just in case, and it all fits in there, along with a tripod and a water bottle, and it's perfectly comfortable. It is such a beautiful morning for a walk. I appreciate the sun's quite bright, so there's a bit of light and shadow on my face, but what a fantastic way to spend the morning. But I don't just use this bag just for these kind of lightweight photography adventures. I also use it for my gig photography, my live music photography. So if you didn't know I did that, you'll find some pictures on my website. If you click on blogs and then click on live music, you'll see some of the pictures that I capture. Now, I use this bag for the kind of evening shoots, the one night shoots, those single gigs, not for the big multi-day festivals, which I've got coming up because it's the summer months. But this bag is just big enough, allow me to put my camera in and the lens that I use mostly for most of my gig photography, which is a Tamron 35 to 150, f2 to 2.8, and I'll take my wide angle along with me as well. And that's all I need. I've still got room for some accessories and other bits and pieces. Just needed a kind of small bag to protect my camera gear for those evening shoots of live music. It's really bright up here this morning. I probably should have brought my sunglasses, but never mind. The other way that I use this bag is just as a general day pack. It's been particularly versatile in that area. If you just remove all the camera dividers from the internal camera unit, which you can't, that ICU isn't removable, unfortunately, you've got quite a lot of space, and then you've got that adjustable size of that top pocket, and so you can fit in quite a lot of stuff, plus the laptop sleeve. So, you know, if I'm going to London for the day, for example, and I just need to chuck in a laptop there and a few personal items, it's perfect. And because it's built for being outdoors, nice padded straps, it's really comfortable to wear for long periods of time, or just as a general day pack, going for a walk, not taking any camera gear, chuck in loads of snacks. You know, it's really comfortable to wear, and you know, it's proven to be a very versatile bag. So landscape photography, live music photography, and just as a general day pack. Oh, there's one more thing that I haven't used it for yet, but I am planning to use it for. So I've got a little trip abroad coming up, a little walking trip, hopefully to France. And I'm going to take this as one of my carry-on bag items on Easyjet flight. So actually, believe it or not, this 16-litre bag is just, I think, hopefully, small enough to count as fitting in under your feet in front of you. So not your not your bag that sits above your head in the baggage. What do they call those bins? The baggage bins above your head, but underneath in front of you. I think it's 1 centimetre over in the depth, but I think I can get away with that. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, it's certainly a really good size for taking on a plane. Obviously, different airlines, different bag sizes, so it's always worth checking. So I have mentioned what the external dimensions are. So yeah, it's worth considering for that as well. A little bit of a travel bag for your plane. Okay, let me share some of my final thoughts on this bag. I've been using it now for at least 6 weeks. It's been out with me on every landscape shoot. I haven't taken any of my other camera bags out with me. I've been using it for live music photography. I've done my sort of general multi-purpose things that I wanted to do with it as well. And it's done the job I needed it to do. It's well made, it's durable. I've been chucking it about and putting it down in rough surfaces, and it looks as good as new. It's protected my camera gear. It's small, but it can still put lots of stuff in it. It's multi-purpose, it's comfortable to wear. Really, you know, it does exactly what I needed it to do, which is what you want when you buy a camera bag. But, now, there's always a but, isn't there? I do have a few minor things that I dislike about the bag, or would like to see improved. First of all, there's no keychain, no way to physically attach my keys to the bag itself. Go fine in the top pocket, that's quite snug and secure, so I'm not particularly worried that they'd fall out, but I do like that extra security of knowing that I can physically attach my keys to the bag like I've got in my other bags. Just I hate to get back one day from a sort of 6-mile walk and find that I've accidentally pulled my keys out while I was getting a snack or something like that. The other thing is there's no removable ICU. Yes, you can take all the dividers out, which is fine and nice and easy to put back in, but it'd be nice to just leave the camera gear inside the ICU and then be able to remove that from the bag when I want to use it just as a general day pack. And the one last thing is there's no padded waist strap on the 16 litre. There is on the bigger bags as far as I can tell. And it's not that the waist strap is uncomfortable, it's not. But a little bit of pad in and maybe a little pocket just to keep a snack in would be quite useful. But that's a minor gripe. And I guess the only other kind of negative general thing I would say about this bag, there's no standout feature. It is a good bag, it's got all the features that you would expect from a bag, but it doesn't have anything stand out, nothing to make it particularly special. Price isn't even that special. It's certainly not the most expensive bag. There's way more expensive bags than this, but it's not budget either. It's not, oh yeah, that's all right, I'll just buy that. It still will be a considered purchase for most people. So yeah, that's the kind of downsides or minor criticisms I would have of this bag. Let me see if I can summarise my thoughts on this bag. Well, as you can probably tell, I really like it. It does exactly what I need it to do. I mean, I did pick this bag, so it should hopefully do what I need it to do. It acts like a really good small landscape photography bag. I can fit quite a lot of gear in it. I can use it for my live music photography. I can use it as a day bag, and it's well made and it's comfortable to wear. So that 16 litre size for me is a bit of a sweet spot. So I'm really happy with it. And hopefully the information in this video, you know, it's been useful to you. It's certainly a bag that you want to consider if you're looking for a small backpack like this. But there are other bags in this series. Like I said, there's bigger ones and they do actually much bigger bags as well. So if you want to buy this one or any of the other bags and you want to check them out, I'll include a link for it in the video description below. Okay, we're just about at the end of this video. Hope you found it useful and interesting. And if you weren't interested, well done for getting to this point as well. Thank you very much for watching it all. If you're more interested in my landscape photography type adventures, I'm going to stick up some playlists in the corner of the screen for you to enjoy. Every now and again, I get a new bit of equipment and I think it will be useful to share my thoughts on it with you all, because like you say, you do tend to ask questions about what's that bag, what's that tripod head, what's that? So it's quite useful to make a little video to tell you all about it. But yes, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.